right, today, all day, we've got a great show for you on this Tuesday morning, including an all-day exclusive chat with a special guest you can only see here. But let's kick it off with Pop Start. Carson has an exclusive first look at a new docuseries with Simone Biles. Take a look.
Hey, if you're heading out the door, don't forget, check us out on Today's Show Radio, Sirius XM, Channel 108. Today, the best of
I'm so excited. Oh, I thought we were talking about Pop Star.
Well, you're on Off the Rails.
I am on Off the Rails.
You should be excited about that.
But now, the best time of the day.
Yes, every morning I'm in my dressing room.
Layers.
And I look
Lots
forward
to get
this.
to. Here we go. It's no Off the Rails, but thanks for that. First up, Simone Biles, the greatest of all time, who just won her 7th U.S. Gymnastics All-Around Championship, is the subject of a new Facebook Watch docuseries called Simone versus Herself, and we've got an exclusive sneak peek at that trailer. The 7-episode show is going to follow Simone as she prepares for this summer's Tokyo Olympics and also looks back at the challenges that come with the pressure of enormous expectation. Here is that first look at Simone versus herself.
I am a nobody. At 6 years old, I didn't know what they saw in me. I just felt like a normal kid. I didn't see anything special.
One of the mothers, she said, Simone is really good. I'm like, well, maybe she is.
Once I step onto the competition floor, I am competing against myself. Outside of the sport, you try to be like human. I never imagined the Olympics would be postponed. Having to come back, am I going to be just as good? Can I do it again?
I burned out.
The answer is probably yes.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah.
So good.
Simone versus Herself starts streaming on Facebook Watch on June 15th, and you can catch the full trailer, of course, at today.com. Next up, we've got Annie Live. The upcoming televised musical has officially cast its Miss Hannigan. Raji P. Henson's going to play the Wicked Keeper of the Orphanage. For NBC's live holiday special later this year, the award-winning actress takes on the iconic role following the footsteps of former Miss Hannigans. Of course, Carol Burnett, who brought the Queen of Me to life back in '82. More recently, Cameron Diaz in the 2014 remake. As for who's going to play Little Orphan Annie, they have yet to be discovered. NBC's announced a nationwide casting call for the title role, and auditions are going to be happening virtually. Annie hopefuls from all over the country are welcome to apply. For more information, you can go to today.com for that, and you can see, of course, who lands that coveted role as Annie when Annie Live airs December 2nd here on NBC.
That is going to be huge.
Yes.
I wonder who'll be there.
Great opportunity for an unknown any kid out there.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Clara should apply.
We might. Wear a little wig and call it a day.
All right, and finally, the Munsters. Everybody's favorite family of
bringing
friendly
back the
monsters.
Munsters?
That's right. They're coming back. This time they're headed to the big screen. And Rob Zombie's set to direct the new movie based on the hit sitcom from the 60s. Though the show only ran for a couple of years on television, Herman, Lily, Eddie, Marilyn, and Grandpa Munster cemented themselves in pop culture history as kind Transylvanian transplants trying to make it in American suburbs. And despite being known for his heavy metal music, this isn't Rob Zombie's first time directing. He's directed quite a few things. The musician's worked on a few films just in recent years, including Halloween Reboot.
Looking forward to that, too.
Pop star.
We did
Good
the
pop
Munsters
star.
one year for Halloween.
For Halloween.
I'm actually surprised it took him this long to remake the Monsters.
I think Rob said in his tweet, he said, we've been trying to do this for 20 years.
Oh, really? Well, now is the time.
Welcome back. Today on the third hour, Chanel sits down with the Missouri couple, Brittany and Heather Dyer, and shares their incredible story of suffering, perseverance, and healing. Take a look.
All this month, we are celebrating Pride, and this morning we wanted to highlight a Missouri couple who leaned on each other and their grit to get through some really difficult times.
Together, Brittany and Heather Dyer overcame illness, injury, and uncertainty to build something truly special.
I'm so blessed to have a wife that's so supportive. I could not do this without her.
I think we do a pretty good job of balancing each other out.
Brittany and Heather Dyer of Missouri took a leap in 2015 when they launched their small online business specializing in handcrafted goods. Today, Beautiful Fight Woodworking creates entertainment centers and coffee tables, dining sets, games, and cabinetry.
We had about $80 to our name and we had bills to pay. We saw how well things were selling on Facebook Marketplace, and that was encouraging to us.
So they invested in a discount saw, a couple of boards, and created pallet signs to sell on the site.
I think we sold it in 12 hours.
And that really just lit a fire that continued to snowball into our business today.
But they also attribute the debut of their custom woodwork to the fight of Brittany's life. 10 years ago, as a college senior, she began to experience paralysis from the waist down.
I was not able to walk at all. I was having a ton of issues, just being able to move and leg spasms. And then we found out that I had a spinal tumor wrapped around my spinal cord.
After emergency surgery, she walked again. But in January of 2012, Brittany learned that she had a rare vascular cancer.
It was a really trying time just because the doctors couldn't even tell me what to expect. Every day was difficult.
Following another surgery, radiation, and physical therapy, Brittany was on the road to being cancer-free. She met Heather the next year and thought life had turned in her favor. But then a car accident in 2015 brought on more pain and further limited her ability to walk.
It was very hard to watch her go through the process. You have to hold that person and just let them have hope that things are going to get better.
I lost a lot of progress during that time. I was in such a deep, dark place.
That's when Brittany, who couldn't keep the job she had working with autistic individuals, turned a hobby she first learned as a child into her therapy and her livelihood.
I was lucky enough to have a father that was incredibly patient and let me help, quote unquote, with a lot of projects that he did. So I was able to learn really basic tool knowledge and safety.
She focused on those pallet signs and taught Heather, then a personal assistant at another local business.
I would come home from work and finish projects. So it was just, let me step up and be right by your side and we're going to do this together. I had to find my confidence from Brittany. She would say, you got this. I mean, let me show you really quick and then you do the next one.
Naming their company was simple.
Beautiful Fight was really kind of my go-to, saying as I was battling cancer, is finding the beauty in struggle.
It's a sentiment they're happy to share while offering others the opportunity to learn.
We launched our Create and Take classes as kind of an idea to get more women using power tools. Do it yourself,
And 3 months into the pandemic, another risk. They opened a store.
Honestly, there were so many times where we thought that we weren't going to make it through the pandemic.
But it was just kind of like, well, it's now or never. So we hold hands and we just jump.
The beautiful fight for this couple, who celebrated their 3rd wedding anniversary in April, continues to pay off with sales in 48 states and revenue at an all-time high.
We never thought we would be woodworkers. That grit to keep grinding and to keep pushing forward. I think that's the biggest thing to take away from us.
That's great. As you can see, the products are fantastic.
Yeah, that's grit.
Yes.
Coming up on Hoda and Jenna, we have a special co-host today. Can you guess who? Plus, it's Tuesday. Welcome back. Today on the 4th hour, Shailene Woodley reveals new details on her relationship with Aaron Rodgers. Plus, one of our favorite segments, Unscripted. Hey guys, it's Tuesday, June 8th, and buckle up because it's going to be a wild ride today. We are listening to All to Myself by Dan and Shay, and looky who I have all to myself today, the one and the only Justin Sylvester. I'm so happy you're here.
You're getting the full Lady Sitter experience today.
The whole Lady Sitter experience, just me and you. I'm so excited you're here.
I am so excited to be here, and I had no idea you guys had such young, handsome fans. Can we give a shout out to Crew down in Orlando? First of all, I love that he is on his tricycle in the house. His mother does SoCycle, and he literally copies her. I have a feeling.
By the way, Justin walked in here, and I was so excited because we haven't had any guests in the studio. We haven't had.
Am I your first?
You're the first real in-person guest co-host in more than a year.
Can you guys make some noise for that? I'm the first guest in the house. The crew said, you know what? We've been here for 25 years.
Jerry's doing a crosswords puzzle. He's happy you're here. I got my dressing room all clean. I lit a candle. I put on my finest dress just for you. I'm so happy you're here.
Oh, my God. I'm so happy that you are excited.
All right. Well, keep those videos coming. We love them. Send them to hodaandjenna.com. And we've got an awesome show today. Susie Orman has a gift for everybody at home. She's going to tell you all about that. And if you're wondering, can I afford it? Can I afford the next big investment? Susie's also going to reach out to some viewers and give some advice.
I feel like this is a setup because I've been spending frivolously during the pandemic.
Well, Susie actually has something to tell you, too.
Ooh.
We'll talk with Susie.
Oh, my God. And then if you have a wedding coming up, we've got a couple of moms who want their new looks for their kids' big days, and we're going to style them something good.
Yes, we love this segment. Plus, a visit from Oscar winner Anna Paquin. We can't wait, okay?
Sookie.
Yeah, from True Blood. We love her. Justin, you're here. You came from L.A. Tell me, how was your trip? Tell me everything.
Can I tell you how this feels? And maybe you'll get it. I feel like I won Miss USA and I became Mrs. Brad Pitt all in the same day. Like, I always imagine what it would be like in the audience, like the excitement and all of it. But to be sitting here, I'm from a town with 8,000 people. This doesn't happen to us. My mom doesn't really think I'm on TV today. It's like a weird thing.
Is your mom watching?
My mom is probably watching every channel. Like, she is like watching like the election coverage, trying to figure out what channel I'm actually on.
Oh, we're so happy you're here. And I know it was so funny when you walked in, you were like, I would have walked from LA. I would have taken a tricycle just like the little boy in the open.
I would have taken a camel across America to get here on time and to be here with you.
Oh, we're so happy you're here.
Thank
you for
you.
coming. How's New York treating you?
I love it. By the way, whoever said New York died
is wrong.
Has never come here.
Right?
It's still bustling. People still don't tell you hi on the subway when you say hello. It is amazing. The rats are still coming after you.
The rats are out in full force.
It is insane. The city has so much energy.
Oh, I know. I think so, too. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, so Justin, as you know, every week we do something around here called Tuesday. I think we have a little special spin on it. I actually wanted to choose your clothes, but what's the special spin? Justin, tell me.
Well, when a gay man comes to the Today Show, a gay man's gonna do what a gay man's got to do. So, of course, I got in on the action. And being that it's Pride Month, I really wanted to bring some color into what we choose on Wednesdays. So, you guys, can we take a look at the 3 outfits that I chose?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, there you are picking from the rack?
I'm picking from the rack. And by the way, rack is beautiful. I picked this first moment because I love New York so much.
Isn't that cool?
The skyline is so beautiful. And this, to me, screamed you.
Okay.
Okay?
That's by my friend Leela Rose, and I love it. She did an ode to New York City, and that's oh, you like this one?
Okay, the printed hearts. Again, Pride Month. Color, show your support for gay pride, and it would be amazing because you know the gays love you.
Yeah. Okay.
You know the gays love you.
Do you know that dress is actually Savannah's?
Oh my God, it's amazing.
I borrowed it because I knew you'd like it.
And this one right here,
you're in.
Color blocking moment. Orange and pink together are 2 of my favorite colors. If you don't wear that tomorrow, I will wear that tomorrow.
Okay, so you're going to wear C and I'm going to wear A, or we don't know?
We don't know. We're going to let people pick.
Okay.
And whatever you don't get, I'll just go ahead and put 1 leg in it because I'm a little bit bigger than you.
You are not. Okay, so all you have to do is head to the Hoda and Jenna Instagram page with your comment and with your pick, and make your comments kind. Right,
yes.
Justin? Make them kind. We're all about kindness around here.
We're all about kindness. And by the way, when I see a kind comment in an Instagram post, I'm like, you know what, ma'am? Thank you.
Right?
And that made my day.
Exactly. When you see the mean ones, what do? You just glaze over?
Oh, my God, I don't even look at them.
Good.
It's like, Black Mirror. I can't even see it.
Okay. All right. How excited are you for In the Heights? It's coming. It's here. It's coming out this week. I cannot wait.
I can't tell you. By the way, let me just start off by saying shout out to Moulin Rouge in Chicago,
yes,
who ushered in the movie musicals. Didn't get their due, but everyone is saying, Lin-Manuel, Hamilton. Yes, I loved Hamilton.
Yes.
It was a great moment. But we have to give a shout out to
Did you
those
see Moulin
women.
Rouge a million times?
I can sing every word.
Me too.
To Moulin
My
Rouge.
gift is my song.
My song. I can't sing.
No.
I cannot sing.
Neither can I. But anyway, we cannot wait to see this. This is going to be, after a year of delays, it's going to be in the theaters and also on HBO Max. And this is really interesting. Justin, you know more about entertainment news, but they just dropped the first 8 minutes.
People. Can I just talk about the disappointment when I went to Washington Heights and there was no one singing and dancing on the streets?
You expected a full flash mob? You were like, where are my dancers?
I thought that was promised. But about this movie, the one thing that I say all the time, if it's doesn't have an 85 or higher on Rotten Tomatoes, I won't see it. It has a 97. So Rotten
that's
Tomatoes
really
is excited
high, right?
about this. Yes.
Okay, you have to tell us about the Annie news, because this is huge.
Taraji P. Henson,
Who we love.
will play Mrs. Hannigan in the upcoming production of Annie Live. This woman can do no wrong.
I mean, she's the best.
And she always puts her spin on it.
Yeah.
That's what I love about her. She always takes a role, she steps into it, and she really does it.
Well,
and I know Carol Burnett did it.
Yes.
We know Cameron Diaz did it.
And you know, also, did you know that Kathy Lee Gifford also played Miss Hannigan at Madison Square Garden back in 2006?
Kathy Lee.
How good is that?
I can't even believe.
Okay, the other thing that's really cool about this film is that they're starting a search for a young Annie. They're doing it. They're basically theater-loving kids. All of the country can submit auditions online.
Will you take a 34-year-old black man in a wig? Because I will literally do it.
I tried out for Annie, and it was like an off Broadway in Dallas, Texas. And this was like the saddest. They were like, okay, can you do any gymnastics? And so I was like, I can do a somersault. And I was, you know, like kind of chubby, so a somersault should have been easy. And I ran to do one, and I hit my head so hard on the ground. And that I immediately got, you know, X'd. They were like, Annie's not for you.
Well,
and neither is anything else.
Well, coming up, we have Dr. Phil to work through those issues with Jenna, because obviously this is still haunting this woman so many years later.
I might try out too. Let's do it later. Annie Live will air December 2nd here on NBC. Okay, it's time for Unscripted, and I just have to say, I'm having so much fun.
Are you?
I'm your momager. I'm just telling you, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're doing so great. Okay, I think you should lead this. You know about the Hollywood stuff. I don't really.
Oh, well, Shailene Woodley is opening up about her surprise engagement to NFL superstar Aaron Rodgers in the new issue of Shape magazine.
Look how beautiful she looks.
She looks amazing. Now, we all thought this, and it turns out things progressed fast while they were quarantining together. She tells the magazine starting a relationship where you immediately move in with someone because it's a pandemic and you just can't get on a plane and go back and forth on weekends taught us a lot about each other very quickly. We jumped in headfirst and got some of the sticky bits out of the way.
Oh my gosh. She also says she and Aaron are meant to be. I have that perspective that I would have met Aaron in any context, in any space and time.
That's crazy.
Any space and time. Like, they'd go back to the 1930s and be
That's what
together.
I'm wondering. Is this what, like, Outlander, where you, like, just jump back and forth?
Okay, I have to ask you, you're single.
Super single.
What is it like to date during, I mean, I just was with my husband, you know, and my kids sort of pulling on me. What does it feel like to date during this time?
You know, what's crazy is I was kind of sort of hanging out with somebody before the pandemic, and I realized early on that I couldn't be in charge of your feelings, my feelings, our anxieties together.
Yes.
So I thought it was smart to go our separate ways and to really just hang on and experience what was going on by myself.
Yeah.
And I find that people either got in relationships and they blew up, or people got in relationships and got engaged.
Well,
like
that's
Shailene
exactly
Woodley.
right. But now, what does that, do you think that means, and I'm the person maybe watching, but that person wasn't the right person?
No, it means I was ready for Shot Girl Summer, and I knew that Europe was about to open up. And, you know, it just gave me a lot of time to really reflect on what I want to do in life and how I was going to get to the spot sitting next to you.
Oh, well,
on the
listen,
Today Show.
I'm glad that you got rid of him because I just want you here. Okay, you know what, Justin? We're going to have so much fun because if you love how we just sit around and chat like this, there's really good news. Today, we're launching some new exciting shows on our streaming channel today, all day. So I get to host a show called Today Talks, where you can get caught up in all the latest buzz, and you'll even find an exclusive extra segment from Hoda and me, or in today's case, Justin.
Yes, we are going to do it.
And then Savannah, Al, Jill Martin, and many more all have these really cool special shows. So you can find it all at today.com or on your YouTube and Peacock, or just go to the QR code right below Justin again, right on his chair.
I love these QR
watch
codes.
on your phone. Watch with us. Today Talks continues after the break. I'll have an exclusive chat with Justin you can only see here on Today All Day. Welcome back to Today Talks. And now for some exclusive content you can only see here on Today All Day. Justin, you did it. First day hosting the Today Show. How was it?
I'm not going to lie. I tinkled a few times. There is a depend in here that is catching some residue. I have to say, it's as fun and as exciting as it seems on TV, as it seems since I watched it since I was a kid.
Were you a little kid that watched the Today Show? Was that part of your routine?
This was my routine. until I still watch the Today Show in my dressing room at E, but my mom would put it on every morning. We had breakfast, and that's how we got the day started, with the Today Show in the background.
And your mom actually didn't really believe that you were doing this.
She thinks that I am completely lying about this. So she is probably at work right now watching this with everybody and still not believing that I am on the Today Show.
Okay, so as a little kid, you grew up in a small town in Louisiana. What was your dream? Did you want to go into entertainment? Was this something you wanted to do?
I wanted to be on The Real World. How tragic is that? All I wanted to do was be on The Real World in order for me to get in front of a camera, in order for me to become a TV personality, a VJ, is what they called it back in the day.
Yes.
And I didn't know any other way to do it but to get on The Real World. But I'm so lucky.
Did you actually try out and stuff?
I sent 8 videos, honey.
8?
There's probably a library with all videos of me trying to get on The Real
What'd you do?
World.
What was your vibe? Like, you'd be like, hey, I'm Justin Sylvester.
I did the whole 9 yards. I dyed my hair blonde. I tried to I figured out every angle I can go in at, but it wasn't my journey.
Yeah.
The universe said, no, not this way.
Okay, but what was the way? Talk about how you got to where you are. Like, it's super cool.
Oh, I met Allie Landry at a restaurant. And at 14, she gave me her phone number and was like, whenever you're ready to move to Los Angeles, please come. I will keep the door open for you.
So you were there at that restaurant eating, or you were working?
I was a waiter at the restaurant. And by the way, I was just jacked up that Allie Landry signed her name on a piece of paper for me. Like, it was crazy.
And she's from your little town, too.
She's from my little town. When you drive in, it says Hoda Allie Landry. Everyone knows.
Does it really?
Yes. She's like the biggest thing. She's like Beyonce of Grove Ridge,
I think they're going to put
Louisiana.
Allie Landry and then put a little thing that says, and Justin Sylvester.
No one believes I'm here. Okay, it's an illusion. And fast forward, I moved to Los Angeles. She welcomes me into her home, and she introduces me to a woman who she says is a friend of hers who's about to start a reality show. And I go to meet this woman. She's kind of crazy. She has 4 kids. She's feeding 4 kids. She has long brown hair. And she's talking about this reality show. And she says, yeah, I might need you for 3 months. Come to my house on Monday. I get to her house on Monday, and it was Kyle Richards. And it was the first day that they were shooting Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So my entry into Beverly Hills was with the queen of Beverly Hills. And that 3 months lasted 6 years.
That is so crazy. I mean, but also kind of serendipitous that she was starting this thing that would turn into this huge show on the day that you happened to be looking for a job.
And by the way, she literally was like, yeah, I'm just going to do this show. It's going to be fun, blah, blah. I'm like, no, it's intense. I'm a gay man. Let me tell you how is it going to go. Because, I watched every Real Housewives. And she had no idea what she was getting herself into. She thought she was just going to go and be herself and just, it was going to be a fun ride.
Yeah.
And then we all know how season 1 ended up.
But isn't that so cool that you literally can meet somebody in a restaurant and it can change your entire life?
My entire life. And by the way, she was more excited than me that I was doing this. She's called me like 5 times this morning to make sure I was up, to make sure that I was ready.
Who, Allie or Kyle? Kyle?
Yes.
Kyle's like watching, and I hope she thinks I took care of you.
Oh, she definitely does.
Okay, tell her I love you. All right, that's it for this episode of Today Talks. Keep watching more on Today All Day.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.